Well, hey Libra, how about a reading from your metal dog today? We're going to get you a little look into the new year. Just a quick bit of advice. We will pull a card from the Tarot of the She to get you an overall sense. Then we'll look at 5 cards, a little advice. I'll guide you through, and then we'll clarify and see what happens. So what's going on with our Libras out there? Well, you get your very own card, Libra, Justice. This balancing between the moon and the sun on the sword of truth here. Beautiful card. All right, so you're coming in as yourself. Feels very needed and vital. And then we have one card underlying Winter's Bite. A little bit of sorrow, feeling left out, abandonment, loneliness. Of course, when you're in a 5, there's always, as we can see, the sun rising here and the tree turning towards that sunlight, even as she has lost all of her leaves. So winter is a time where you rest, and yet we may feel the urgency of springing back into action. But let's see here what's going on with you, Libra. So we're going to ask some advice questions for the new year. What should you release? What should you embrace? What might you consider revisiting, or perhaps you are revisiting this? We've got Mercury in retrograde, Mars in retrograde, as well as Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. So we've got some powerful energies going backwards, at least from our perspective. They're going backwards through the zodiac. That means we get a chance to review what the ground that they have covered. And then we'll look at what's hidden that the tarot wants you to know and get a peek at the future here. And we will see what happens. All right, so first of all, what should Libra release? The 10 of Pentacles. This is ideas about money, about security, abundance. It could be that there's a family situation here that needs to be released. That's like really coming in clearly. A lot of us are revising our ideals for this kind of abundance and security. So we'll see what comes up as we look forward, and we'll clarify that. What are you going to embrace? So King of Pentacles, this comes in to me as like you're already there. Know where you are, relax. Really nice image of a guy with his dog sitting in his house, in his library here. So the King of Pentacles, he's that security king, and he has made it. So if it may be that you're having trouble quitting and relaxing and enjoying the fruits of your labor, that you're still striving, but we will see what you might want to revisit here in this time. So you get an 8 of Wands. This is action, it's fire, it's fast energy. It could be communication. So with Mercury in retrograde, that speaks most clearly to me because Mercury is so much about communication. There can be miscommunication. Mercury has been in retrograde since January 1st, so you can review that time frame. With the fire element in the 8 of Wands, we could think about Mars is that planet of fire. Mars has been in retrograde since October in Gemini, and that is air and fire. And so there could be a lot of fast energy. Retrograde tends to weaken a planet, but it's just not in action. Perhaps it's in reflection and review. And also, I'm not thinking about Uranus and Taurus, but that would be a planet of revolution in Earth. And there's definitely plenty of that going on here. Now, what the tarot wants you to know that is hidden from you, there is some stuckness. The Hanged Man. So you may notice, having seen this card, Libra, that you feel stuck. And you will remain stuck until, as the Hanged Man will, you see things from a new perspective. So that, to me, like what would be hidden from you is that you need to see something from a different angle, and until you do, you may feel stuck. And I also see how this light coming from her head is reminding me of this message, this communication, this action. So that would be something that might come up as you review recent events since October, or more recently, communications, actions taken. So reflect on that. Perhaps the insight lies there. We will see upon clarification what the future may hold should you take this advice. Also, there's always free will in tarot. So here we see a Six of Swords. This is changing your mind. It goes with the Hangman quite beautifully. And what happens when you change your mind in a Six of Swords is you move from one paradigm to another. And this is calming because you give up a concept that is causing your life to be unsettled, represented by the stormy seas. And then you actually get the chance to move to calmer waters. It can quite literally mean a trip. I usually read the Six of Swords, swords being your mind, as a change in your concepts, your paradigms. And since we're looking at perhaps releasing your idea of this ideal of security, abundance of wealth, that speaks to me perhaps of a change in paradigm. We're looking at what we mean by happiness and fulfillment. At least that's what the collective reading for 2023 brought in. Now, we have a couple more things going on here. Yep. Wow, there's a lot going on for you under the surface, Libra. So let me lay that out for you, looking at the bottom of the deck. So there's the Star, healing and wish fulfillment. It's making me remember that we had the tree here feeling loss and abandonment and being out in the cold in winter, looking to that sunlight. So there's healing in the Star that might answer what that tree is reaching for. That I'm thinking about justice here, because we got the moon and the sun, another kind of light that is being reached for. And the sun is also here in an underlying energy, as you'll see. You get a message, fast moving Knight of Swords. It's a truth of some kind. It can be delivered in an angry way. Can be a bit rough, but it's an urgent message that's coming in. That to me is this, you're getting some kind of insight here as you hang upside down. A little bit, I love this Five of Wands energy, creative chaos, no leadership. Can feel a bit uncomfortable if you like there to be leadership and order. But if you're creative and you don't like hierarchy, it's kind of a fun place to be, Libra. And then, as with everybody, we can see the sun. So as we saw, we're looking at ideals. We're changing our mind. You're changing your mind, Libra, about your ideals. And this could be the result of this truth that's coming out of this healing star energy, causing you to feel disrupted, causing you to revise. We can see also some sense of struggle and of exhaustion here, which is a Nine of Wands feeling. You're almost there. And a little bit of looking back on the past and feeling like, ho hum, been there, done that. I don't expect much, not really seeing what you can't even imagine. This is a small world view. Fours can be small world view. there's something here that you're not seeing. So that's that Hanged Man perspective shift and that Six of Swords changing of your mind. So like the rest of us, Libra, you are re-examining your wish fulfillment. The sun here is, we're all looking at this. We're all wondering, is the happiness I've been working for my whole life, is that in fact happiness, right? Is this happiness, or is there something else that could make me happy? It's not being shown here. What I do see, Libra, is that you've made it. You're the King of Pentacles. So if you've reached this place in your life and you still feel lack, this would be what would cause you to wonder, did I work for the right thing? And maybe to set off in a new direction here, in search of an understanding of that. So let's see, I'm going to clarify. Got my little, oops, I'm dropping a card here, which I cannot find. Okay, where did that card go? Oh, here. Oh. Drop in a little Mother of Pentacles. Okay, so we're going to clarify with our Pocket Tarot of the Wild Unknown. My first deck was a full-size Wild Unknown. This is a sweet little deck. Speaks very clearly. I've been driving around with it, giving quickie readings to friends. I'm looking at beginning to see if I can supplement my income a little bit with tarot readings. Let me know if you're interested. I'm going to come up with a subscription possibility. I'm going to be short money next year while I'm on sabbatical, and I'm looking at if I can maybe do readings. Charge a little bit, like $25-$30 for a personal reading. So look for that, Libra. And if you know how to reach me, let me know. Put it in a comment. You'd be interested. Okay, I once got a comment from Libra that my readings were boring. And so I have to say, I am sensitive. I've had trouble with Libra ever since. But that doesn't mean you, okay? All right, so let's clarify, Libra. We're going to clarify. You're supposed to release this Ten of Pentacles. What does that mean? What are we releasing? Mother of Cups. She's emotionally mature. She's open about her feelings. Okay, she seems to be reaching backwards. There's this Four of Cups we've already seen. Right? Ho-hum, been there, done that. That's here. It's emotional. It's like what you've been reaching for emotional fulfillment has been actually in the material world, and you end up feeling like that rat, like I'm not emotionally fulfilled by what I've been reaching towards. And you intuitively know this already, the High Priestess. So this is the way that you, Libra, who've come to this reading, you're being suggested that you release this very practical, wealth-based, materialistic ideal of happiness. It could be that you created a family, a home, you're somehow dissatisfied in this emotionally. And you already know this. High Priestess tells me you already know this. So, what you can embrace is that you yourself have achieved material success. You're the king here. Embracing that, feeling your wealth, feeling your abundance, feeling comfortable in your skin. What else? The Son of Wands, very passionate, embodied message of your body. Very different from this guy who's just relaxing, right? The Son of Wands is going out. So here's your Six of Swords. It's the same card here that we see in the future. So you need to change your perspective on this Six of Cups, soulmate, inner child work, nostalgia, the past, looking at your roots, the roots of your emotional. So there's two sixes. The Six of Swords, that's your mind. Six of Cups, that's your heart, your feelings. Son of Wands speaks of your body. And then this is all clarifying the fourth suit, a pentacle. So if you embrace where you are, this is what I feel, that you're already there financially and in the secure 3D realm. But there's something about some kind of desire, and with the Son of Wands, it can be in the realm of creativity, the spark of inspiration. It can be your body, whatever sparks your fire. And so we see some kind of change of perspective that's also rooted in the past here. And since we have an indication that you're looking at communication or action in the past, let's look at that. Here, Eight of Wands. So there's your inspiration, an Ace of Wands. So that's the beginning of a Wands cycle. You had a great idea. Then you had all of these choices, seemingly. There are projections, illusions, fantasies. It's hard to tell what is real. That's why it's under the moon there. And then there's the sun. Okay, so again, very repetitive. We're re-examining this ideal of happiness, wish fulfillment, and really authenticity. Like, who are you? So Libra, when you look back on recent months, or however, because this can go all the way back to past lives, if you believe in that. It can go back to your childhood. So this review might be like a long-held ideal of happiness and wish fulfillment, or a long-held sense of who you are, and that you're being, when you revisit, it doesn't mean you change it. It's just you look at that. Like, maybe you need to remember who you are, who your true self is, Libra. And that there's been some kind of, I always think of this as confused. Like, what do I feel? There's an inspiration here, but you're acting from the Seven of Cups, fantasy, projection, illusion. What's almost coming through to me is you're performing an identity that isn't necessarily your authentic self, but you want to look at that. That's up to you to know that, Libra. So when you examine that, you get a new perspective. And when you get that new perspective, as we can see, you get to move forward, and you'll feel better. You'll feel calmer. You'll feel less of this crazy chaos, less tired, less bummed out. Okay, let's clarify. The Hangman. What do we see? There's your friends, your emotional companions. Nice Three of Cups. I don't know why it's never like a super interesting card for me. Maybe I need to look at that. There's your personal emotional fulfillment. I don't know, Three of Cups, it's like your friendships. And there's that Son of Swords, right? We've seen him here twice. Okay, so this is indicating that you're going to get information here. This is the truth that comes in as you hang upside down and wait for insight. And the insight has to do with your emotional fulfillment. Nine of Cups is how you get that in and of yourself. This is clearly, Libra, you're needing to let go of an ideal that is not satisfying to you, and you're reflecting on the past and where you came up with this concept. It has to do with who you are, what it means to be you. It looks like you're performing to an idea of identity or of authenticity that may not be who you really are. And so the sun being here twice is causing you to be disappointed in your life, and you need to look at this and change your mind about it. And that's what the Son of Swords, this is the message that he brings in. It can feel uncomfortable. I'm going to say that this Son of Swords, this person that brings you this insight that helps you get out of this stuck hangman position, is someone in your friend group. There may be somebody around you in your friend group, and the people that are the people of your heart, your Three of Cups people, who you kind of like what they have, you see them as satisfied, they may say something. It feels to me like this is the source of this insight for the hangman that allows you, as we see in the future, once you see this, to change your mind, move, relocate, but certainly move from disturbed and miserable waters where it's dark and you're up in your head and you're like, why am I not happy? I have everything, into a new place of peace. You can almost, it sort of comes in for me as like the joy of being out in the sunshine, like going from the north to the Caribbean, kind of a tropical shift, just that fantasy ideal beach life. I don't know. What do you think of as peaceful, a serene place in the real world, in the natural world? This is the place that you're getting to here in a Six of Swords in the future, having had this insight. So there's you visioning, Two of Wands, just simply imagining this ideal world. It's represented by the rainbow, which reminds us of your card, the card of Justice, which very often appears, and certainly appears in this deck, as a rainbow world representing social justice in the realm of identity politics, perhaps. So there's something about your identity here. So there's your Ten of Pentacles again in that rainbow context. This is what I feel like this ideal is being replaced by this ideal. Like, one possible reading of this is you're in a straight situation and you're going into a queer one. Now, heterosexuality and queerness are, that's one really obvious way to think about it, but you could think about convention versus something that is unconventional, something that's very foreign to what you thought would make you happy. It's like a new ideal of abundance, of a life that is not just a life in your fantasies, but a life in your real world. And then we see you manifesting that life, the magician. The magician has all of the tools, the wand, the cup, the pentacle, the sword, and can use those tools to make the world the magician wants to live in. So we see you envisioning, we see you getting a new concept of what a Ten of Pentacles may be, and then we see you manifesting that in the present, and we get one card on the bottom. This confirms this is an emotionally fulfilling future that you're able to imagine and make for yourself here through this process. And that, Libra, is a very beautiful encouragement for you to let yourself see things, be open to a totally new way of seeing things, and then make that real for you in the world. I wish you luck. It's a very beautiful reading. It looks a little bit uncomfortable right now, but trust. Somebody around you is going to show you what true wish fulfillment feels like. It might disrupt your little safe little life that you have here, right? Because this is how you are right now. It might disrupt that. You're going to have to look at the past. You're going to have to look at your ideals and change them so that you can make yourself happy. And I really look forward to hearing about that. Please do let me know. And I hope you have a beautiful day, Libra.